Let's go. I got a vision I see in my head, a melody buried deep into my soul. They call us crazy, we cutting the edge, unlocking the future and letting it go. This is a calling that's higher the time we decided our stories are gonna be told. This is where legends are born, we paving the road, a future that favors the bold. Break the rules, break the laws, this is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws, this is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Something coming, I can feel it. Deep down in my spirit. Revolution, it's a new day. Time to redefine the limits. So vivid, I can see it. So loud, I can hear it. So they calling me a madman, but the future belongs to the fearless. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. We about to set the tone, we about to write the code. Yeah, we ready to go. Yeah. We on a new elevation, we came here to shatter the mold. We gon' shatter the mold. Yeah, we about to set the tone, we about to write the code. Yeah, we ready to go. Yeah, we on a new elevation, we came here to shatter the mold. Yeah. I know you hear it, I know you see it. We are the fearless, we are the genius, we are defiance, we are the beacons, we are the true believers. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Yeah. Woo. Greatness.
On the front lines of my mind now, riding my time on the
smell what The Rock is cooking. The Rock says, The Rock says. The Rock says, The Rock. I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate.
Hello and welcome to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Rob Jones and
Sean Randy Smith is bringing you our pre-show to WWE Payback, which is making its return for the first time since 2020.
yes, and considering some of the matches on the card, it's appropriately named. Now, currently there are 6 matches on the card, although with one episode of SmackDown left to go tomorrow, that could change.
Oh yes.
So the first match on the card was made after Becky Lynch facing Trish Stratus in a steel cage.
So this rivalry is spanning back 6 months.
Yes, this whole thing really started on the February 27th episode of Raw when Trish Stratus returned to help Becky Lynch and Lita win the Women's Tag Team Championships from Damage Control by neutralizing Bayley on the outside. They would then team together against Damage Control at WrestleMania. But then on April 10th, Lita would sustain a mysterious backstage attack by persons unknown at the time.
Yeah.
Trish would fill in, lose the match, and then turn on Becky Lynch, and it was revealed that that Trish had attacked Lita.
Mm-hmm.
They would face off in the lovely Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. At Night of Champions, in a match which Trish won with a little bit of help from Joey Stark. And from there, they've been going at it non-stop. Essentially going at it in the Money in the Bank ladder match in July.
Yes.
Then when Becky Lynch was actually able to earn a rematch against Trish Stratus, Trish tried doing everything she could to get out of it.
By making up lots of excuses such as injuries, illness, so on and so forth.
Then they had the match, then ended in either a disqualification or count out. Again, due to Zoe Stark. So Adam Pearce says that we're going to do this match again, except Zoe Stark is barred from ringside. So the match takes place. If they end up brawling to the backstage / concession stand area.
Mm-hmm.
And yet again, Zoe Stark gets involved. Now, Trish tries to go with a technicality that Zoe Stark was only banned from ringside, and that she was not at ringside when she got involved. Adam Pearce was not having that and set up the match again, this time to take place inside a steel cage. And then it was announced that match would take place at Payback, again appropriately named considering that Becky Lynch is looking for some payback.
She is indeed. Now, me and my colleague reckon that Becky is going to be walking into the steel cage at Payback and is going to be walking out with some payback on her hands.
Well, Trish winning at Night of Champions I can kind of understand, but at this point, there's no real reason for Trish to win this one.
Next, we move on to a match for the World Heavyweight Championship as Seth freaking Rollins will put his world title on the line against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes, this kind of came out of nowhere, but following SummerSlam on the August 7th episode of Raw, there was a 6-man tag team match, which was supposed to be Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Sami Zayn facing the Judgment Day. However, Judgment Day's, let's just say, wannabe member at the moment in TJ McDonald, aka Jordan Devlin, decided to take out Sami Zayn. So Shinsuke Nakamura walked in as the replacement. They won the match. And then after the match, Nakamura attacks Seth Rollins, turning heel for the first time since 2021, and thus challenging Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, slightly sticking on the topic of Judgment Day, back in June, Raquel Rodriguez took issue with the Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley attacking Natalya before their match.
Yes.
Which we kind of think it would eventually lead to something. But at this time, Rodriguez and Liv Morgan were dealing with issues regarding the tag team championships.
Yes.
Ripley was continuing to attack Natalya, which eventually led to Rodriguez coming out and brawling with Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Then Then on July 17th, Rhea Ripley, quote-unquote, injured Raquel's knee.
Yes.
Which cost Ripley and Liv the Tag Team Championships to then Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
That is until Sonya Deville tore her ACL in her knee.
Yes, and apparently now you can choose a random tag team partner replacement, but that's a story for a different time.
Yes. So as we know, as my colleague said, we're going to have Rhea Ripley put a women's world title on the line against Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes, because afterwards Ripley would re-injure Liv Morgan. However, for several weeks, Raquel was storyline at least not cleared. That was until August 21st when Rodriguez attacked Ripley and announced that she was cleared and that she was going to take the championship at Payback. Raquel has also interfered and injected herself into some of the NXT situations that Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley have found themselves in.
Yes, by interfering in some matches that Dirty Dom and Rhea have competed in.
Now, on July 28th, and this is leading into the next match,
yes,
Santos Escobar won a United States Championship Invitational Tournament to earn the right to challenge Austin Theory for the United States Championship.
Yes.
This championship match was scheduled to occur on the August 11th episode of SmackDown. However,
correct.
Austin Theory, I think, didn't fancy defending the championship on that night.
I think so.
Because he would twice, once backstage and once whilst making his entrance, attack Santos Escobar's knee.
Basically, then Austin Theory then get on the mic and say, "It looks like I'm having a night off from defending my championship."
Adam Pearce would come out and say, "You ain't getting off that easy, Theory. We promised these people a United States Championship match, and we're gonna get one. You will defend the championship right now against Rey Mysterio."
And Rey would go in and win the title.
For the third time in his career. Safe to say that Theory did not take that lightly, as the next week he would come out, whine and complain, and basically tell Adam Pearce to give him back the championship. This would then cause LA Knight to come out. A match would be made between Austin Theory and LA Knight to see who would face Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. Austin Theory would win that match thanks to a certain individual, which would lead into the next match for Payback.
Yes.
As The Miz seems to have developed a problem with LA Knight for some reason.
Who the Miz called LA Knight an Attitude Era fanboy playing cosplay in my ring.
He's not the first person to have basically done that.
No, my colleague has done that several times.
Kevin Nash, outside of WWE, is called LA Knight, a Rock wannabe. Don't care. If it's over and it works, why not?
Why not?
So, after costing LA Knight this match and shot at the United States Championship, Miz would challenge Knight to a match, which he would accept.
Yes.
And then this match be made for Payback. The only thing that I would say about this is that I think this is possibly a Braun event.
Yes.
Inter-brand matches aren't supposed to happen unless we're at Survivor Series.
Now we move on to our final match on the card, which will be a Steel City Street Fight Tag Team Championship match, as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn put their titles on the line against Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
Now, this whole thing started in mid-July when the Judgment Day started feuding with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. During this time period, Dominic Mysterio decided to go to NXT and win the North American Championship. And then on an episode of Raw, he would defend the title against Sami Zayn. But during this match, the rest of Judgment Day would attack Kevin Owens, causing a distraction allowing Dominic to win. This attack on Kevin Owens was done so that he could take some time off to recover from a legit injury, which I believe was a fractured rib. He would be out of action for about a month. All the while, Sami Zayn is dealing with Judgment Day stuff, as you mentioned earlier, with the Seth Rollins tag match. And then on August 21st, Kevin Owens would return to Monday Night Raw and team up with Cody Rhodes to defeat the Judgment Day in a 6-man tag team match.
Pretty much.
The next week, aka this past Monday on Raw, they were scheduled to defend the titles against Damian Priest and Finn Balor at Judgment Day. And then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn decided to announce that after talking with Adam Pearce, the match would be made a street fight.
So let us run you through the Payback card one more time.
In a steel cage match, Becky Lynch will take on Trish Stratus.
Seth freaking Rollins will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Rhea Ripley defends the Women's World Championship against Raquel Rodriguez.
Rey Mysterio will defend his United States Championship against Austin Theory.
LA Knight will take on The Miz.
And for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will defend their titles against Finn Balor and Damian Priest in a Steel City street fight.
Also advertised for Payback is the Grayson Waller effect with special guest Cody Rhodes.
So that about does it for our Payback pre-show.
Payback comes at us from the PPG PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
So join us, not maybe next week, for our reactions to WWE Payback.
Until then,
I've been Sean Reynolds and he's been
Reese Rock Jones, and we will see if Payback is indeed a bitch.